Hello everyone, and welcome to Slovenian Words to Travel By #1. Now, in this series, I'm going to be talking about basic words and phrases that you can use if you're traveling in Slovenia and don't know the language. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the most basic things, so greetings, please and thank you, etc., letting people know that you don't speak Slovenian, and ordering drinks at a restaurant. So just a quick note, which I may go into in subsequent videos about the alphabet, is it's very similar to the English alphabet, except we have the J, which is used as a y sound, quite like a Y. And then we have 3 additional letters, which are the zh, sh, and ch. So that's a Z, an S, and a C, but they have the little V on top. I forget specifically what that's called, but those are really, really commonly used in this alphabet, and we'll actually go into that in a couple of the words here. So just think of that as adding an H to those letters. It's pretty simple. So when saying hello, there are a couple different ways you can say it. The most common form that I've seen as an expat in Slovenia is zdravo. That's a slightly more formal way to say it than the next one that I'm about to say, but it's the most common and you can say it to anybody. So the more informal, like if you're saying hello to a friend, you can say živjo. That has a Z in the beginning, but the Z has the little V on top, so it's like a zh, like ZH. That's a much more informal, so like friends and family and, people who you're more close with. And also for saying goodbye, there are a couple of different ways. The most common ways that I've heard people say goodbye are adio, which is much like adieu or adios, but the emphasis is more specifically on the D part, so adio. The next one is ciao, really common, easy. And then the last one that I hear people say a lot is se vidimo, so that's like see ya. As someone new to the language, I think that I've said adio probably the most, but I also hear that being said just as much as ciao. Those two are the ones that I hear the most for sure. So next is the way to say, excuse me, I only speak English, or only English. So the way to say this is oprostite, samo angleško. So oprostite is excuse me. If you wanted to shorten that and say oprosti, that would be sorry. So it's more like if you bump into someone and you say oprosti, it's like, sorry, or you could say oprostite if you need to get by a couple of people that, that are close together. So something I've noticed with oprostite and oprosti is oprostite is a more formal way to say something, whereas oprosti is more like sorry, it's a more something you would use in an informal way. So I think as someone who doesn't necessarily speak the language, I think sticking to oprostite would probably be easier. And then samo is only, and angleško is English. So oprostite, samo angleško. Sorry, only English. So next, I'm going to speak about please, thank you, and you're welcome. This is actually pretty easy once you get it down because please and you're welcome are actually the same word. So prosim is please. So if you wanted to say water, please, at a restaurant, then you would say voda prosim. And then saying thank you is hvala. 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 That one, for some reason, took me a little bit of time to really get because I was hearing people say vala without the H. But then my husband explained to me that it's just the way that native speakers condense words. So it's actually saying hvala is very different than saying vala, which isn't a word, I don't think. So prosim, hvala, prosim. And lastly, I want to talk about ordering drinks at a restaurant. So, like I said earlier, voda, prosim, is water. Very easy. The next is beer, which is pivo. So saying Pivo, prosim. They'll usually ask you what kind you want. The most common ones at restaurants are Union, which comes in a red can. It's got a little dragon on it. It's pretty rad. And then Lashko, which comes in a green can and that has a mountain goat on it. They're relatively similar. I personally like Union better, but I like them both. And also beer, side note, always comes in tall cans. Like you can't really get small cans of beer at restaurants. It's pretty cool. So the next one is coffee, kava. Pretty easy to say. So you can say kava prosim. Now if you want coffee with milk, then you say kavo z mlekom. Kavo z mlekom. So lastly is tea. Tea is chai, which is very similar to, chai tea in English, but chai as a word is just tea. So if you're looking for chai tea, you want masala chai. So that's it for this video today. If you really enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below to get more videos like this. In this series, I'm going to be doing more basic words and phrases for when you travel in Slovenia. So I'll be doing ones that talk about transportation, more in depth on ordering food, things like that. And the question of the day is, what words would you like to know while traveling in Slovenia? Feel free to comment down below and let me know what you want to see, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. There's a fluffy dog outside. Oh.